Welcome to the live. I'm having issues with my computer right now, so I haven't got any music, but I'm hoping that when Kiri joins in a second, she will bring some lovely, calming tunes. Here she is. Where did she go? Yay!
I have music.
Yeah.
That's what I do have.
I was like, why aren't you working?
It's got a bit of Carol King, I thought, today. I thought that was nice and chilled.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. It's great for right now.
Absolutely.
So I'll just wait for some more people to join.
Join
Hello
us.
everyone, thanks for the people that are joining with us right now. So myself and Kiri wanted to do like a wellness Wednesday with everyone, just to talk about how to deal with anxiety in especially these uncertain times. So we have some questions that our clients kindly gave in, and we had the pleasure of interviewing a professional psychologist yesterday, who works within the industry, works with the Royal Ballet. So we put forward those questions. We have noted down the answers. He couldn't be here today. Hopefully, in the future, he'll be able to come online with us and give us a little bit more info, as I'm sure he'll be better than us in describing all. But anything, obviously, that me and Kiri talk about in between both the questions and answers, obviously we aren't trained professional, mental care workers at all. It's all on opinion and personal preferences and, personal experience. So feel free to join in if you want to write down some notes that you think help you, for others to read as well.
Yeah, I think this is something that you and I hold, close to our heart as well. I think that we've both been through situations that has arisen anxiety. And, I think, as a team as well at U Management, we are very fortunate to have a very close-knit team. So we do all really help each other with our anxieties, from day to day, because, the amount of different situations that we have from day to day, it can raise anxiety massively. So I think it was really helpful for us yesterday as well to have that chat and kind of, feel a little bit more secure with the kind of tips and general advice that was given to us yesterday. So hopefully this can help, a lot of people. All of the answers. Carry on, Dom.
So I was going to say, obviously a lot of these answers are specifically answers to these questions. It may not help everybody. And if anyone is really suffering and, needs a bit more, then please, obviously, go to your local GP or, call 111 NHS helpline. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to reach out, to other platforms if you are feeling anxiety, feeling a little bit, down, just reach out as much as you can and pick up the phone to a friend or a family and talk about it too. That always helps. Yeah. So all of the answers that we're going to give to these questions, they're all general tips and advice. And like you said, Katie, it doesn't apply to every individual. So where appropriate, do consult someone else.
Yeah.
So should we dive in with the first question?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me just get my glasses, because that I can't see without my glasses.
I am really going to get you one of these to put your glasses on. Well, this is a necklace, but I'm going to get you a glasses necklace. Number one, this is a question that we had in. What is the best way to keep organized without increasing anxiety about how much you are doing at the moment? For example, is there lists, having reminders, like maintaining something outside to keep you busy, to keep your mind not constantly switched on?
Yeah. So obviously our lovely psychiatrist said, try to schedule a balanced day, including some work, rest, and play. So he kept talking about work, rest, play. Rest being as important as work, obviously, and playtime, whether that be, you know, on your Xbox or, you know, bit of Netflix or whatever, you know. Be realistic in your expectations each day. To-do lists can be helpful. You could do one prior to bed for the following day if this helps you feel organized and relaxed before sleep. And that, like, is so right. Like, to-do lists, whether that just be like, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to clean the flat or house, or I'm going to go for a walk. It doesn't necessarily need to be like tasks for work, right? Especially in times like this now. It could just be that, so you feel like you've achieved something and you're not putting extra pressure on yourself.
Definitely. I think especially those three words, work, rest, and play, you know, gives you a structure already, you know, already for having those things written down. And again, you know, it's you don't have to feel like you have to be completely busy all through the day either. You know, just because we are in this lockdown, you know, and we are trying to be as proactive as possible to keep our spirits high and to keep us busy, it is very important to still have those rest moments, you know.
And like, you know, that at the moment everyone is trying to be as proactive as possible, especially people in our industry, because, you know, other people that may not be performers might be watching this, but especially people in our industry, because we're always striving to like get a new skill or, you know, keep fit and blah, blah, blah. And like, you shouldn't punish yourself for the days that you don't want to do that. Like, it's okay to have a rest day. Like, those are as important as the productive days, because really, essentially, they are productive for your head and your well-being and like your mind. You do need to, what he said yesterday, you need to take time out to rest for yourself. Don't overload yourself, like you said, with work. And
having that, you know, if you are going to work that day, again, look back at your list, see, you know, what you need to work on that day. You know, if you are a performer and you're learning, you know, new songs for your new rep, you know, don't spend 3 to 4 hours on doing that one task. You know, set yourself an hour, half an hour or something, and then leave it and then come back to it again. You know, it doesn't have to be all on, full on, you know, hours and hours of it. And then, you know, that you've done your little bit of work, then you can say, right, okay, I've given myself that. Now I'm going to go and have a bit of play. So I'm going to go out in the garden and I'm going to do some gardening, you know, and then, oh, I've done the gardening. Oh my goodness, I feel exhausted. Right, I'm going to go rest. Go lay on the couch for a little bit. Turn on your Netflix, you know, and then you know that you've done those 3 things that day.
As long as it's a balanced schedule. They're all equal.
Exactly. And with this list that he mentioned before sleep, I thought that was amazing, because I know that for myself, when I'm about to go to bed or when I'm in bed, I will lie in bed and I will have my list in my head and I will just constantly go through that list, but I wanted to get out of that headspace. So I wrote myself a list last night before I went to bed to tackle what I needed to tackle today. And I swear to God, I slept so much better.
Because you take it out of here and you put it on paper and you're like, right, okay, it's there. You don't have to be like, oh, don't forget to do this, because you've written it all down. I've done that lots of times, writing a list before bed. And I know like close friends that really helps them, even if they aren't in the industry, it really helps them, you know, get to sleep, because sleep is so important.
Exactly. Yeah, that definitely, that list before bed for the next day, for tomorrow, is just worked a treat.
And he said something about like enjoyable tasks. So things, make sure that it's not all like, oh, I've got to do this, and make sure something is enjoyable to you so that you're keeping your spirits lifted. And I liked that. Like, oh, I'm going to do a bit of painting or something. I don't know. I'm only saying that because I've just got that painting.
You paint by numbers. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Like those tasks to, to add in enjoyable tasks, I think is really good in your list of things to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Should we move on to the next one?
Yep.
So, this is another question we had in. Probably like everyone, I've been fluctuating massively with motivation and mood levels, but at the moment I'm struggling quite a lot to stay motivated and positive. So maybe a question, about how to get yourself out of that state of mind to be able to feel productive again, to help continue every day, basically.
Yeah, so he basically touched on it's a really good tool to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing in your profession. So, if you're a dancer, singer, actor, or within any job, remind yourself why you're doing it. So basically recall positive reasons, for why you're doing it. And the thing with fluctuating between motivation and mood levels, it's a normal trait to have as human being, because you want to be so on top of what you're doing, but then of course your mood can overtake that motivation sometimes, and the fact of feeling anxiety within your mood can then bring back your motivation. But it's okay to recognize that you're feeling that way. And if you remind yourself of why you love to do what you do, it will bring up that mood to then motivate you to get back into
what you do.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that was a really good one.
We touched a bit on this, we said, because, if you're feeling a bit, down and you start to worry, I think you might have asked him, like, how do you notice if you're starting to suffer from anxiety?
To feel it,
because anxiety is it comes in lots of different forms. It comes, it can come physically, so you can feel the emotion. You can feel adrenaline, you can feel sick.
I always feel that kind of that lump rise to my throat. That kind of like, the gremlin's coming up, and it feels like
and you feel that tight chest. Or you can feel it in the sense that your thoughts are controlling your everyday, like, normality. Basically, your thoughts are like worry. You can worry about lots of different things. So it's just about controlling all of that. But I just was saying, because a lot of people don't realize that they may be suffering from anxiety, and they're trying to push it away. But actually, if you allow those thoughts in and you just think, right, what is it I'm actually worried about? What is it fact? Because so in our profession, going to auditions, you'd be like, oh my God, I'm so nervous about this because of this is going to happen, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to do. But what you need to take a step back and just think, is that fact? Is it actually going to happen? Or is it just my anxiety telling me some warning signs because I'm a little bit more nervous than I was yesterday because it was a normal day? And just thinking, if that's not fact, it's not going to happen. Your anxiety should.
And it's almost like putting yourself as a third person between. So you've got yourself, that anxiety creeping in, and then you've got another voice saying to you, okay guys, I'm looking in on you, you're here, your anxiety is here, but this little guy it's not a fact. That's not a fact.
No.
So let's just push that aside on the right now.
I think I might have lost you. You skipped a little bit then. I thought you'd gone.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back. So
okay.
you kind of push that, so you're like, it's not fact, but it's okay that thought is here. Someone said the miracle morning book is such a good book to read. Oh, okay, that's good. In
Thanks,
case anyone else
Lee.
thinks it. Yeah. It's okay.
Do you know what
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it doesn't become such, a terrifying thing. It becomes more of a silly thing, and it becomes more lighter. It will lighten the load for you, like to think about other things.
Yeah.
I
So
love that.
Worry Timetable's amazing. I've actually, so you and I, we love books, right? We love books and lists and post-its and everything. But I'm just gonna get my book that says Worry Timetable, and I'm not gonna bother with the post-its. I'm just gonna put it all in that book and close it.
Yeah, and just be like, I will schedule 15 minutes to worry about that for the day, and that is it. That's all I'm gonna do.
That is it.
And like, people can do that now in this time, because you do have that extra time, so you're gonna be like, okay, if there is things that are worrying people more than often, do that for half an hour. But it also is good on the go, because if you're busy, you're like, I'm too busy to be worrying about that. So what I'll do is, when I've got 15 minutes later, I'll schedule it in then, and then that's it, it's done, and it's not in the back of my mind. So consciously, I'm not thinking, oh my God, this is gonna go wrong, or blah, blah. I think it's great.
I do. I love that. It really just, I was like, this is just genius. It's fantastic.
It's genius, but it's also so simple at the same time, but you just never think to do something like that.
Yeah. No,
I think it's great.
It's brilliant. Love that.
Right, next one.
Okay. Any tips on stopping or easing? Sorry, lovely. I think, am I behind?
Hello?
On my speaking?
No, it's you've caught up now.
Sorry. Okay, so we are going on to question 5. Any tips on stopping or easing heaviness or pressure on your chest? I've never experienced it before in my life, and since the lockdown, anytime I'm a bit stressed, it happens. Okay.
Well, obviously, hopefully thinking and assuming that there's nothing actually medical going on, like any heart issues or lung issues or anything like that. If there is any of those worries, of course seek medical advice, ring 111. But as someone that has suffered from anxiety in the past, it is one of the most common feelings that you get when you start to feel anxious, is that heaviness and tightness of the chest. But there is really good exercises that he's given us to get rid of that. And he says, it may be that stress is built up and is not dissipating in the current persistent uncertainty. You could try you could try relaxation breathing, or even progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. And I don't know if anyone's ever done this before, but it's really, really good for you to practice. Again, something else that you may need to practice over time. But if you're having pressure here, if you sit and maybe like tense your fists for like 10 seconds and then let go, and then tense like your arms and your fists for like 10 seconds and then let go, and then same the leg and maybe with your whole body. And if you do that over the time, it starts to take the pressure off of your chest, because you're using other muscles. So whoever wrote this in, it's great, because I do think a lot of people with anxiety will suffer from that, and not a lot of people do know about PMR. So please, try that, see if that helps get rid of that tension that may be, sitting here, which is so annoying. It is, it's like, why here? But I also, I was saying to you earlier, because we've spoken a lot about this the last few days, my anxiety, if I'm ever nervous, I get the butterflies. So my anxiety lives in my gut, and I wish it didn't. Because I don't want to feel sick or something, but doing these exercises really does help, because again, it takes your mind, it relieves, and it takes your mind off of that, you thinking about that feeling. Because if you start to feel tension on your chest as well, and you've not experienced it before, as soon as you feel that again, you're instantly, the next time you feel that, you're going to start to worry about it even more, because you're not dealing with it right there and then. You're like, oh my God, all of a sudden I'm getting that pressure again and I don't know what to do. I can't get rid of it, sort of thing. And so try.
I think again, no, sorry, I think it's a little bit behind when I speak, so it's not like we're having a conversation on the phone. So I think again as well, if you're feeling that pressure in your chest, if you're like, oh, here it comes again, think, where's my worry timetable? Okay, let's write down, pressure in chest. Again, it's about taking that moment and deflecting away from it. To always have something nearby you as well, like the stress ball as well. I used to carry one of the stress balls around with me, and it's the same thing about the PMR. With the stress ball, you really grasp it tight, and then let it go. So maybe just invest in one of those to keep in your bag, in your dance bag. I always used to have one in my dance bag, or something that I could just deflect my mind away from that feeling.
Yeah, and getting that tightness out and onto something else.
Yeah,
basically. Sure. Again, like, and he said, perhaps try doing other stress relieving activities that target physically, relaxation, such as like massage, warm bath or shower, yoga. Is obviously a great thing to do for relaxation, but even a bath before bedtime. Oh, I love that, because you get out and you just feel so much more calmer, and then you get, into bed and I feel, 100% more relaxed after having a bath before bed. But also you're relaxing those muscles in the bath, and you'll start to feel a bit more at ease, or relaxing those muscles by getting a massage, and you start to feel more calmer that way. So yeah, I mean, obviously when things go a bit more back to normal, if you want to try getting a massage, please do. Hopefully it will help with the tightness. But there's a couple of things in there you can do to help prevent that. So if anyone does suffer from this and you do those things, like, let us know if it really works for you, or if it hasn't worked for you but something else has. Please write in so that everyone that's watching can have a little look.
And then guys, those of you that are putting your own tips as well, okay, so just looking at everyone's putting their own tips, keep them coming as well, because we will we'll keep this on so other people can read what you suggest. And so thank you guys for writing in your suggestions.
Thank you, Rosalia. So in light of everything that's going on, do you have any advice to help in creating a sustainable routine / schedule that can deal with anxiety, whether that be via apps or other methods? So we touched on apps earlier. There's a few apps out there.
And then obviously go back to the work, rest and play.
Each day, and tick off achievements.
That's a great
one. Which I think is great.
Try to keep behaviours that are linked to personal interest development rather than just random activities.
So like working out, maybe taking a class. Doing a singing warm-up.
Try to include some physical relaxation and mental distraction. Downtime each day as well. Look after your physical health as well. So activity, eat well and sleep well. Even if it's just, a 10-minute HIIT session a day, just to kind of get moving a little bit in your bedroom, in the garden. Just do like 10 jumping jacks, if you don't want to go full on workout, just do something just to get you moving a little bit. And again, that takes away, the stress of maybe other things that might be going on. Just give yourself that moment, that 10 minutes.
Who's in that?
Jack. Till you get a massage. You can also
you
have
can
a
also
hot
have a hot then
shower, which will provide a similar effect as a massage and help induce the lymphatic system. Yes, that's a very good tip. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
There's something that he said yesterday as well, which regarding sleep. I find I suffer from a lot of insomnia myself, so I'm pretty much up. I don't switch off. You know, and again, when I wrote that list last night, it really helped me to switch off and sleep a little bit better. But what he also mentioned yesterday was sleep hygiene.
Yeah.
Which
I love that as well.
Is one of my favorites as well.
Like this works perfectly as well at a time like this. So this is like perfect for lockdown, which people might be, you know, being at their worst or because of the time that's happening. But this really works well with what's happening now. And he basically said, like, leave your bed for that relax or sleep. Leave it for that space away from everything else that's going on.
Yeah, and a nice tidy room. So
yeah,
you know, what does he say? A cluttered bedroom leads to a cluttered sleep. So, you know, just try and clear everything away from the floor, and try and have a little, you know, kind of maybe dust as well, because dust particles, you know, will definitely not help sleep. So maybe just have a clean around your bedside tables. And I really find as well that pillow spray works. I don't know if you've used, it's called This Works pillow spray.